Alright guys, welcome back to another video, another reloading video. So we're going to try and get going on the Howa. Well, not really get going. We've already been going on the Howa, but we haven't got a hand load to stabilize yet. We've only been trying the 80 grain, and we sent a few 75 grains through it, but they were looking like they may stabilize, but I'm gonna go a little further down. We're gonna try the 68 grain. I got buckets full of these 68 grains. These are 68 grain Hornady. They're the Midway bulk batch. So they're 68 grain hollow point boat tail box of 500. They don't say the match, which I'm not sure if they are or not. They look like the match. Hollow point boat tail match bullets, which I have a box of those. Let's see here, Hornady match. These are the 53 grains, and they look identical. So, one thing I need to say to you guys, the owner of this Howa went and looked back at the catalog that he bought the Howa through. Now, I don't know, I didn't ask him where it was, but he looked back at his paperwork, and I've been telling you guys that this Howa is a 1 in 8 twist, because what I did was went to Howa's website, you know, today's Howa website, and all of their 223s are 1 in 8. So I've been telling you guys that it's 1 in 8 because that's all they make is a 1 in 8 Howa. Sorry, that's all they make for 223 is a 1 in 8 twist. Well, that wasn't the case back when he bought this gun. This rifle is quite old, but it's new compared, you know, being that it hasn't been shot much. Period. So it's a new rifle, old model. So he looked back. And this gun is actually a 1 in 12. And it all kind of makes sense because back when this gun was purchased, a lot of 22 was 1 in 12 back then. Because if you guys remember correctly, back when the military was adopting 223 and all of that, they went for the lighter, less twist, I guess? It'd be less twist, really. And the military, I'm pretty sure, I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but back when 223 was first coming about and quite a ways into 223, you know, many years even later, I'm pretty sure the military's standard was 1 in 12 for 223, and they were hovering around like the 53 grain bullet or something like that, or 50 grain bullet, or even maybe even lighter. I can't remember what their first adoption was, but that has all since changed. We all know now that faster twist is better because it's very hard to over twist a bullet. It's pretty easy to under twist a bullet. So I know a lot of people, and this will go to some of you new shooters or new reloaders, you don't really ever have to worry about, oh, you know, is this twist rate too fast for this bullet? You don't really got to ever worry about that. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but you'd have to be on the extreme side of it. Now, I would be more worried about having too little of twist, because that can unstabilize a bullet really quick. Well, in our case, in hand now. So yeah, this gun is a 1 in 12 twist, and it really explains why we are having such a hard time stabilizing those 80 grain SMKs. And I'm glad I kind of finally figured this out, because it's been kind of boggling my mind why a Krieger barrel 1 in 8 and a Howa barrel 1 in 8 with only just 4-inch barrel difference, you know, in the, yes, Krieger is a matched barrel, but Howa isn't a slouch, you know, their barrels are very, very accurate. As you see, I've shot some accurate groups already with the some of that factory Black Hills, but either way, it finally explains, you know, why I cannot get them stabilized in the Howa. Being the difference between the AR and the Howa is 4 inches of barrel, and one's just a Krieger barrel, and one's a Howa barrel. And in my mind, that wasn't enough to just totally not stabilize the same bullet. So we have figured out our problem. Now, it kind of leaves me to wonder what will stabilize now. So we're left with, I guess, just trying out some of these bullets. Now, what I was really hoping was these 68 grains to shoot well in this Howa. Now, 68 is, what I'm thinking is 68 is going to be the high end for this gun. I'm thinking I'll be able to get these stabilized, but I think 68 will be, you know, will be the high end for this gun. Probably won't be able to go any higher. I won't be able to do, I'm probably not even going to try the 75s again. To be all honest, I shot those 75s with the 80 grains that day, and I don't even remember what they did. I gotta go back on my video and look to see if they keyholed or not. I just, for some reason, that's blanked out of my mind, and I can't remember, because we shot the 75 the same day I shot a test of the 80 grain SMKs. We did 1 bullet each, and I cannot remember how the 75s did, because really I was looking to see what the 80 grains did that day. So yeah, that's our problem. Our twist rate is not fast enough to stabilize some of these heavy bullets. So now we are in the situation of finding our limit. So next step is what we've kind of been doing all along with the 80 grain, is just doing 5-6 bullets each of each weight grain. We'll start off with the 68, and honestly after that, next least heaviest bullet, I guess, for 223 is, okay, I do have some 62 grain arms core bullets. So yeah, we could do the arms core, 62 grain. Next lightest bullet after that would be, I think, 53 grain. I jump all the way down to 53. And that's one thing I have to do, is look through like Midway and stuff to see what 223 offers in those in between. Do they have a 57 or 58, or, you know. And honestly, I think instead of keeping the heavy side, I'm probably going to go light and maybe make this a speedster. See if I can't go down into the 40s, you know, 40 grain bullets, and you know, see how they do. I know Noslin makes a Varmageddon, that's what it is. There's a Varmageddon they make, I think down in the 40s, you know. So I think that's where we'll go with this. I'm going to try a few more heavies to see where our limit is. I do want to see where we max out with the Howa. And then we'll go from there. We'll know where our highest, you know, grain weight a bullet is, and we can experiment down from there. So that is this episode. I got cases that are already pretty much prepped. I'm going to do 5 of them. We're going to try and get this 80 grain to stabilize. I'm just going to do 1 bullet each. Our same combination, CFE 223, CCI 400 primers, and let's see here. Let me get my book. So, Hornady's data for 68 grain boat tail hollow point for CFE 223, they max out at 26.3 grains. Now that is the red bar saying be cautious with that number. The next grain, or next charge weight down that isn't highlighted in red, is 25.4. So I'm going to start just a little bit below that, just because we know we're going to have to push these things fast. Now these are coming out of the Remington service rifle data, because they don't have anything above, let's see here, regular 223 Remington and Hornady, the highest they go is 60 grain. And then you have to, anything above 60 grain. Now this is an old manual. I don't have my phone with the new manual in it. My wife has that, so I'm going from the old 9th edition, Hornady's Handbook of Cartridge Reloading, 9th edition. But it's still, you know, I'm pretty sure, yeah, no, I've already looked through the new one, and you have to step up to 5.56 data to get anything above, yeah, I'm pretty sure 58 grain or 60 grain even in the new manual. So I don't even think, oh, they do have a NATO in this book, 9th edition. Okay, so they have 3 different ones in this one. They have regular 223 Remington. They have 223 Remington service rifle data. And then they have 5.56 NATO data. And their NATO data starts off with 55 grain and goes up to 80 grain. 80 grain AMAX. Let me see what, yeah. See, they maxed out at 25 grains on this book too, and that wouldn't even come close to stabilizing that Sierra and that Howa. Barrel is a 20-inch 1 7 twist for the 5.56 NATO. For the service rifle, they did a 1 9 twist was their test barrel. And for 223 Remington, it is a 1 12 twist. Okay. Well, that might be a smack in the face right there, telling you you can't jump up with a 1 12 to above their 60 grains. You know, we're going to try it anyways. We're going to see what the limit is. And if we can't get the 68 to stabilize, then I will try those 62 arms core. And if those won't stabilize, then we know 60 grains and under is pushing it for, or is 60 grain is max for a 1 12 223. Because for the service rifle, it was a 1 9 twist barrel, and 5.56 NATO was a 1 8 or 1 7. So we are still going to try the 68 grain. So the service rifle for CFE 223 maxes out at 26.3 grains. That's the caution one. And for 5.56 NATO, 68 grain maxes out at 26.9 grain. So 6 grain different, I guess. Yeah, six grains difference between service rifle and NATO. Next charge weight down that don't have the red on it is 25.4. So I'm going to start right at 25 grains. Yeah, 25 grains I'm going to start at. I'm going to go up, I guess, 0.3, 0.3. So it'd be 3, 6, 9. So it'd be 26.2, and then 26.5. And we would be just reaching above the service rifle data, because they end off at 26.3. We would still be a few under the 5.56 NATO data. And obviously we're checking for pressure signs, you know, all the way through. And as soon as we start seeing some, I'll pull some bullets. You know, I'm not gonna go. If we're not stabilized and we're starting to see pressure signs, I'm done. You guys know that anyways. I'm not a freaking. I don't care. I like to be safe. I'm just a backyard shooter, so I'm not just gonna push stuff for the sake of pushing stuff. I don't mind going, you know, a little higher. Some of these books are a little off, so I don't mind exploring. But as soon as I start seeing pressure signs, I'd rather keep my gun. I'm not going to shoot a ton of that bullet anyways at that charge weight, because I'd rather keep my guns in service for longer than shoot a ton of high pressure loads and shoot out the barrel quicker. I'm not made of money, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, so that is the video for today. Let's get these 5 reloaded. Alright guys, I am going to bring you back to some powder and seating some bullets. Alright, let's get some powder in these cases. So we are looking for, let's see here. What did we say? Let me get my pencil here. I didn't even write any of this stuff down yet. So I think we are starting off what? We said 25 grains. So yeah, we'll start off with 25 grains and go up 3/10. Oh, clean this thing out. I'm just gonna show you guys one. It's gonna be a quick reloading video. Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing that right here. I'll make sure that was zeroed. Alright, good to go. Can you guys still see that? Yeah, you guys can still see that. I'm trying to make, what I'm going to try and start doing for you guys, I know a lot of you guys hate watching freaking 40-minute videos, so I'm going to try and start doing quicker reloading and shooting videos together, and by doing that I'm just going to try and do a few bullets each, a few grain weights. So with load development, I do 3 bullets per group, so one session. Just split up load development into like maybe 3 or 4 sessions instead of just doing it all in one session. Oh, so we are looking for 25. I'm already over. 25 even. Alright, 25. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to try and get this on paper. Probably just going to shoot 50 yards with these. That's one thing I'm going to do in the beginning. Trying to, with these heavy, because we don't know where this Howa is going to stabilize for bullet weight yet. So I'm going to be shooting these next few sessions probably with the Howa at the 50-yard line, because I just need to see if they're keyholing. That's it. Plus a lot of these heavier bullets haven't been on at all at 100 yards anyways, because the gun sighted in, or has been sighted in, it's not anymore, I gotta re-sight it in, but the gun's been sighted in with the 53 grain Black Hills, so those 80 grains were way off, but they were just shotgun shotgun pattern all over anyways, so it was up, down, left, and right. It wasn't just low. But I'll probably be doing, this pressure test / stability tests just at 50. That way we can get it on paper and just see if they're keyholing. If they're not keyholing, then we know we can push it out to the 100. And if we can get to 68, if we do this stability / pressure test, they're not keyholing at 50, then I will start reloading some 3-round groups and some 5-round groups. Alright, so this one is 25.3 we're looking for. Alright, there's that. Alright guys, I'm going to bring you back for some bullet seating. Alright guys, so we changed stuff up just a little bit. So instead of, I told you guys we were starting at 25 grains, I changed my mind, we're going to start at 25.3 grains. So we got 5 rounds, so 25.3, 25.6, 25.9, 26.2, and 26.5 is where we're going to end. Alright guys, let's get some of these bullets seated here. So we are doing our standard 20,000s off the lands like normal. And so touching was let me check here. 1.925 is touching the lands. That's a CBTO, cartridge based to ogive. So 20,000s off from that would be what? 1.905 905. So that we're gonna seat them all 20,000s off the lands. Oh God, I hope we can get one of these to stabilize. That way we can start loading up some of these. Now, if you guys are also wondering, with the Howa, I don't have a body die and stuff in a collet die, so I can't really change my neck tension, or I don't have a mandrel die or anything like I do with my Creedmoor. So with the Howa bolt gun, if you're wondering what neck tension is, it's whatever the full-length sizing die, Lee full-length sizing die, whatever that's setting it at, is what I'm running it at. Actually, it would be a good idea to get that number real quick. Alright, so neck tension. So that Lee die is leaving my neck tension at, or neck OD, not really neck tension, at 0.245. Each wall is sitting about 0.010, about 10 thousandths. So measuring on 3 spots around that rim, it's all 10.5, so yeah, so pretty consistent, I guess. But I don't really know what that's giving me for neck tension right now. So overall, I'll measure bullet overall diameter here shortly. But 245, I think is what I just said. 0.245 is neck diameter without, just a sized neck without a loaded round in it. I'll measure it after with a loaded round. Yeah, alright. So either way, so back to seating die all the way out. The bullet in there. It is pretty tight neck tension, to be all honest. I would like to go a little less, because I'd like to be able to start it just a hair with fingers. I don't want to seat the whole thing with my fingers, but oh well. I'm gonna, now that I got 223 and I'll be reloading for it a lot more, yeah, I'll probably start getting some better dies for 223. Yeah, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're looking for 1.905. Let's see what that got us. And that is a CBTO of 905. Alright, this is a 3.062, way off. Well, I can take the primer cup out. 3.039. I got a long ways to go here. There's a full turn. There we go. 2.978. Oh, I'm looking for 1.905, not 2. So I got a long ways to go. Jesus. I gotta make sure that's right here. Hold on. That seems a little bit too far. So touching the lands, OAL of touching the land was 2.133. Oh shit, I just fucked up. I didn't zero my calipers out. That's why it's fucking... Woo! That's why it was looking weird. Alright, well, god damn it, I'm a dumbass. Alright, zero these bastards out. Let's see where we're at. I already know I'm way too far down. Not too bad. 1.897. So, yeah, we're like, what, 8 thousandths off? 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 thousandths off, somewhere around there. That's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. That's the one that is our lowest charge, so I'm just gonna leave it. Alright, so I gotta back that off. Don't forget that. Um, 1.979. Yeah, I didn't. When I put this back on, I didn't. I didn't zero the calipers back out. Alright, let's see what that is. 1.948. So we're looking for 905. Yeah, I was seating that bullet further and further, man, and I was like, 905, that bullet's going to be past the ogive. It looked really weird. Oh, I'm at 948, so let me go another half a turn. So that's one full rotation on or down. 1.918. Alright, so we'll slow down on the turning now. So 18, so 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's try that. Let's see what that gives us. I know where about 1/1000th turn is on that lead eye, so. Alright, 909. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Nine oh six. $9.05. Perfect. Alright. Let me see one more in front of you guys' eyes. And that'll be the rest of this video. $9.06. $9.045. Perfect. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys watching. This will probably be a separated video, so this will be the end of this video. But either way, I'll end up seeing you out on the range to get these guys shot, and hope to God we get these stabilized. I would like a bullet in the 60 grain weight to shoot through this gun reliably. It'd be nice. But if that can't happen, then at least we can have some fun with it still. Go down to like 40 grains and maybe push up the speeds up to like 4,000 feet per second. Maybe faster. So maybe we'll just turn it into a speedster, and still have some fun with it. Alright guys, I will see you guys in the next one.